Welcome to the call today. This is Scott Pearson. We're going to be going over database mastery with listings to leads. And as we're generating all these great leads, right? We got the Facebook ads, all the different tools for your listings, the PDF guides, the landing pages. As we're generating leads, a couple things. One, you can send them to your CRM. I think that's the first thing that most of you should be aware of. When you first sign up, you'll be going through the Get Started wizard and you should have connected your CRM then. But for whatever reason, if not, or if maybe you need to change it or you're just not sure, go to your profile. So click the profile tab in the lower left, click CRM Integration, and check to see if your CRM is listed. So it's alphabetical order. So you can check all these here. Couple of options if it's not. If your CRM is not listed here, ask them for the lead forwarding email address. We have it right here. If your CRM is, it literally says right here, if your CRM is not listed in the left-hand navigation, ask your CRM for your lead forwarding email address that you can use to automatically send leads from listings to leads. So in your CRM, there's probably something called a lead forwarding email address. That's going to be like a crazy looking email. So it's not going to be something that you would look at and go, yeah, that's going to be an email I would use, because you wouldn't. But what you're going to do is take that and put it in here. So you can put it there, you can click save, and then that will send your leads to your CRM. We've also got API Nation. There's a lot of connections there. We got Follow Up Boss. So we're actually going to be doing the API with Follow Up Boss. So it's even it'll be a better integration. Not sure when that'll go live, but we are working on that now. And we've got something else. Oh, Zapier. So down here, there's also a Zapier, and there's a lot of pre-built Zaps. So you can see here, HubSpot, Boomtown. We got Boomtown up here as well, but you get the idea. A lot of resources for you to get your leads in your CRM, where you may have what you need there dialed in, which would be awesome. Even then though, stay with us, because there's a lot of stuff in listings to leads that our clients actually take and they will copy into their CRM, such as our email blasts, our follow-ups, some of the autoresponders from the landing pages. Maybe they want that connected to their CRM instead of listings to leads. So we'll walk through that, plus what you can also send to your leads in listings to leads with the tools that we have. And also the call scripts. As I always talk about emails being almost like the leading tip of the spear, and the shaft of the spear, or greasing the skids, right? Making it easier to then connect with people in our database with a did you get phone call. So with that, what was I going to show you here? I came to, an ad. So the other thing I want to mention as well is our AI text follow-up. So this is really awesome. It's half off through December. We may extend that promotion, I don't know, but you can see conversations here. And so how this will work is every time a lead is generated with a phone number, it will be, and if the phone number is valid, so it's a good phone number, it will be sent to the AI text follow-up. So there's a buyer conversation and a seller. And this is actually working pretty good. We are seeing good connections being made between buyer and seller leads and agents. The only thing is, if you're going to sign up for this, it is half off. So that's awesome. So if I click next, you can see the pricing here is you're going to want to make sure that you run enough leads through it. So if you think about a 10 to 20% response rate or a connection rate, so it means for every 10 leads, 1 to 2 people are going to say, yes, let me have the agent call me. Right. And then out of those, maybe 50% are going to be a good lead. So it does become a numbers game. And those numbers really have a strong ROI. Between $50 for the AI text, maybe you're going to spend $50 on Facebook ads to generate enough leads to come in. If that's buyer leads, if it's seller leads, maybe $100. And you can get 1 to 2 strong leads from that. That is an awesome ROI. And the great thing about the AI text follow-up is it'll nudge them along and try to stay in contact with them. So even if they don't respond right away, or if they respond and then forget to respond for a few days, the AI text is going to still sit there and nurture that conversation through. And the leads can still go to your CRM, right? They can still be followed up with via the listings to leads follow-up, which we have, which I'm going to show you that next, which is actually really good. So just a little note there. A, you can send leads to your CRM. B, you can also, in addition to that, sign up for our AI text follow-up. And then the next thing I'll talk about is the follow-ups in listings to leads. So you've got default seller buyer campaigns. I believe they're also in Spanish. In fact, they are. So if you're using Spanish language versions of the ads or different things like that, and those leads come in off those Spanish funnels, then they will be added to the Spanish follow-up. And so there we go. So here you're going to see both seller and buyer follow-up. Now, it may be off when you first get here if you didn't turn it on during the Get Started Wizard, but this is so drop dead easy. All you got to do is turn it on. And what will happen is, as you generate leads in listings to leads, the first thing that usually goes out is an autoresponder or a text message, right? Or whatever it is. So the first touch point in what we call like the database or lead follow-up is going to be off the listing autoresponder, the landing page autoresponder, the PDF guide autoresponder. And that the autoresponders, of course, are always very targeted, specific, and relate to what it was that lead came in for. From there, they can go into either a buyer or seller follow-up campaign. Now, you can edit these, you can duplicate and create new ones. Sometimes people take these and they'll take the emails themselves and drop it into their CRM. So there's a lot of different things you can do here. But the reason why our follow-ups are really very good, and we get some really good feedback on these. And if you have any feedback, let me know. But you're going to see here, we follow a very nice pattern of a super short email. All right. So in this case, this is a buyer campaign. So notice it says, the entire email. Are you working from home more these days? Would a home office or work area be good for you in a new home? And if I wanted to send a test email, I can click there, send a test email. Let's take a look at what that looks like. And I'll tell you, these follow-ups and listings to leads are so easy, right? All you do, you literally just turn them on. And then that way, every lead going forward is going to get, let me just open this up. And I'm going to bring that to my other monitor. Let me open up Gmail so we can take a look at the email that we just sent ourselves as a test email. So here we go. And so this is the first email that goes out after the autoresponder. So whether it's like you got us up for 1 day or 2 days, but just super short. And then you see here, I got my listings to leads Legion signature. So they can click to get my client review website, which is so awesome. So I will show you this. So this is my client review website. I got a client video up there, but all my client reviews are down here. They can get my 100% home marketing plan. So you can see we're really tying people into an entire lead gen system through the follow-ups and also through the autoresponders as well. So this is email number one. Then every other email, so the 1, 3, 5, 7, so all the odd numbers are super short. And then all the even numbers, so 2, 4, 6, 8, and so on, are going to be offering a different PDF guide. So this is where all those PDF guides and listings to leads really become so powerful, because not only do we use those guides as funnels that you can launch on social media, right, and other places like that, but we automatically tie them in to the follow-ups. So now all the seller leads, all the buyer leads, the email follow-up that we have for you, and the reason why it's so powerful is the emails are either super short or they're offering value through a PDF guide that's completely branded to you. So even if you were to sign up right now, let's say you're watching this on YouTube, and in a month from now, you sign up for listings to leads, all of these PDF guides, all of these emails, everything here is just ready for you to activate. You literally just go through the Get Started Wizard, make sure you get your profile photo, your logo, your brand colors. And even if you're a client, make sure you got all of that dialed in, because in that way, all of these tools are going to work absolutely perfect for you. And that way, as you're generating leads, you get yourself dialed in. You're generating leads. You got the AI text follow-up activated. You got listings to leads, email follow-up activated, and or you're taking those leads to your CRM. So somebody says, no, not yet. At some point, you'll be able to upload existing leads. Yeah, it's a great question, but the problem, not really a problem so much, but like a lot of CRMs you'll find, and everyone here, give me feedback if you like, but a lot of CRMs, they end up getting to the point where the emails become undeliverable because so many people upload a list that maybe they bought, or there's a cold email list that they didn't get double opt-in on. And then everybody's deliverability rates start going through the floor. Has anybody here ever experienced that? Yeah. So anyways, Priya, hold on to that thought for a minute. I'll get to that here in a little bit. Great question. But yeah, so I think we're good on that part of it. Real quickly here, somebody did ask about a specific PDF guide. Let me go check real quick about probate. And please don't ever look at my numbers for any kind of guidance with anything, because I'm not an agent anymore. Any of my numbers, whether it's for an ad or for email, all of my stuff goes to real estate agents. It's only real estate agents that click on my stuff. So anyways, because my numbers can be really high just because the agents want to check out what it is. So here we go. How to buy a home in probate. What is probate? I think one's for buyer. Yeah. One's for seller, one's for buyer, and how to sell in probate. So, and I'm sure, I don't know. Let's go to follow up and let's see if we can tell if we got probate in the campaigns. So let me check seller and settings, steps. Yeah, we might want to put in a search function because I would imagine the probate is going to be in here. But if not, you could totally add it. For example, let's take a quick look at this. To be honest, I've never really done this, but let's just say how to buy a home in probate, PDF attachment. So I could upload my files, PDFs. Let's check this out. No PDFs. Okay. I should have found that, but I can download the PDF guide from the PDF guide section, upload it here, but I'll mention that to my team about, let's see. Let me just take that out again real quick. Cause you'd think the guides, like, what is this? What is downsizing inherited properties? So we got some, but of course not the one that we wanted. But yeah, so let me check on that because I never even thought to check on that before. And then, so let's just test, save a draft, how to buy home in probate. And then I know I can change that so I can place it inside of the campaign, send a test email, and I'll just show you what that looks like here. So you can see just how easy this is, right? So let me see if I get that email. There we go. How to buy home in probate. And there we go. Test. And again, and you could also, a couple of ways to handle this actually, Priya, is I could drop the landing page link and say, please click the link below to my free guide on how to buy a home in probate, and then put the link to the landing page. Does that make sense? What I'm saying? Yeah. Or I could send it as an attachment. Now, the only thing about an attachment, sending attachments via email is going to hit the spam filters more than sending a link. If you put a link in there, it'll be a little bit better. Now, you could also do a bit.ly. So let's close this out. Let's go back to the PDF guides. And this is great. Thank you for the question, because as part of database mastery, knowing how to edit the campaigns can be very important, because you may have some really great ideas that you want to add into listings to leads. And so again, going back to the idea of probate, and for example, if I click on the marketing tool, I can download the guide right here, or I can just, like I said, I can click view and take the landing page link, and then drop that in the email, like what we were looking at before. So yeah, great question. Thank you for that. Now, we want to talk about the email that we dropped in the accounts last week. How many people have used, and oh, wow, good to see everybody on the call. If you scroll down from your dashboard, you're going to see a section here called Database Email Blast. And we dropped this email in the account last week, right? Housing market outlook, what buyers and sellers need to know. Yes, means it's better to add a landing page link than a PDF link. Yes, exactly. So this email is in your account, and this is ready to go to all of your leads in Listings to Leads, or you can send it to your leads in your CRM. I'll show you how to do both. So first thing is, let's just take a quick look at the email. This is an awesome one. This is a really great email. Read through it because we give a little bit of information about the forecast into 2025, 2026. But what I really like about our team that did this email this week is they went through opportunities for buyers. So this is great for your buyer leads. Opportunities for sellers. So again, this would be great for the seller leads. And then we get a little bit of advice. And what would be great here is you're more than welcome to edit this a little bit to be more appropriate for your area. Look at these emails is you can take these emails and you use them as is, absolutely no problem. Or you can take them and edit them a little bit to be more appropriate, just add a little bit of more of your flavor to it and then send it out that way as well. Either way is fine. Got a great graphic. The graphic is there for you also. Really proud of our team. Again, I hope you guys like these. I'd love to get feedback from you using them. But to send through Listings to Leads, I would just send it to all of my leads right away. All right. So if it's blank, I would just click select all. Even if somebody's in multiple lists, they'll only get the email once. I would then click send test email, confirm my email address and click send. And then I go to my email. Let's go ahead and pop that out. There we go. Boom. So here's the email that we're looking at. Right. Beautiful. Awesome email. Now I think in mine, I dragged the image higher up in the email from the bottom. So let me go ahead and close that. Let me just show you here. So initially this image was closer to the bottom. I just clicked on it and dragged it. So you can see here, I can just drag it down the page. So I liked it closer to the top. Does that make sense? And then of course I can edit, just type into the text and edit anything I want there. So just to show you that. Now, again, I can either click schedule and schedule this to go out later. I would just click send right now and then click yes, send it. This email, you want to get this out like ASAP. Do notice there's a preview option here as well. So I can see my signature. So if you don't want to send a test email, I can just click the preview. And lastly, if I want to send it through my CRM, click copy code. So that'll copy everything. And now just go to your CRM and Line Desk, go to contacts. So every CRM can do this, and it's so easy. When you actually try it for the first time and you see how easy it is, you're going to be like, oh, wow, that's awesome. So go to your email blast. And then in the editor here, instead of typing in whatever it is that you want to send, you just click the button and that pop-up's going to happen, right? So click source. That's going to pop up. And now we're going to paste. So Command C, or on a PC, what is paste on a PC? I forget. Control C. And here's that email. Now, sometimes when you paste it in, like I've noticed with Line Desk, I'll just have to go through it. Sometimes it'll join a few of the words together. It's just part of the code, right? When you copy code, sometimes it can just lose a few of the spaces. It's not going to be much. So, but to take a quick look at it, you can see what I'm doing here. I'm just going through, making sure, right? I want to make sure the formatting looks good. The right place there. Awesome. Good to go. Beautiful. Look at that. So all the homeowners can click to get my, get a home value. Other people, everyone else can get my client reviews. Beautiful. And then again, either schedule this out through my CRM or just click send and get that email out the door. And obviously don't forget your subject line. Probably just easier in listings to leads, just copy the subject line as well, and then go back over to your CRM, right? Paste that in there and click send. What a great email. Now, after you get that email sent, call through some of your leads. And it's going to depend on everybody being a little bit different. This is something that I recommend daily that you do, that you literally call through your CRM on a daily basis so that you're touching base with a few people daily, which will help you have better conversations. It'll help you get in the discipline of actually calling people. Too many of us, we like to sit there and wait for people to call us. And that's a very bad sales, not good for sales, right? We don't want to sit there and wait for people to call us. We do the ads, right? So we get people to interact with our ads, to get phone numbers, to get emails. We got other programs that we can get more information if we need to about people. But if we're not going to pick up the phone and call people, we're just going to lose a lot of opportunity when they go to somebody else that is staying in better touch with them. So the beautiful thing about the emails is after I send the email, I'm going to do two things. One is I'm going to call 5 to 10 of my leads with a quick, did you get phone call? So I'm going to go through my CRM. In fact, we are, oh my God, I'm dying. We're actually launching a power calling feature that's going to do exactly what I'm talking about. Should be live at some point soon. But go through your top 5 to 10 leads and call them with a quick, did you get phone call? So that might look something like I log in, I see Suma is at the top of my list. I haven't talked to Suma in forever. Maybe I've never talked to Suma. And I would just call her up and say, hey, Suma, Scott Pierce here. And real quickly, Fannie Mae just came out with this forecast into 2025, 2026 for home prices. And I send an email to all of my clients as well as my VIPs. I just want to make sure you got that and see if you have any questions. Now, Suma may not even know who the heck I am, right? She may have clicked on an ad 3 months ago, has been in my CRM, and has deleted every single email that I ever got, if they even got to her, right? Even if she didn't unsubscribe already. But if I've got that phone number because I did a Facebook lead ad, and even if I leave a voicemail, she is going to feel much more valued from me. And then next time she may actually look at the email, or maybe she did see the email and thought about, this is good, interesting information. Maybe I am thinking about buying or selling at some point in the near future. But Suma's a busy person. We are all busy people. And so she deletes the email, or maybe she even saves it, but it goes so far down the list that by the evening time, she forgets about it. If we don't ever make the phone calls, she's never going to remember the fact that she wanted to engage with us, but didn't have time at that previous moment. You see what I'm saying? So if you do the phone call the way I'm saying it, it becomes a lot easier for you. It becomes easier for them. We're not waiting for the end of the year to go through 500 calls in 3 days because we saw a post on social media about our 2025 business plan. And it said, touch base with your database. If you just do it the way we talk about, you'll be doing that every single day. And here's the other thing. You start staying up on trends with A, what's going on in the market better, and B, you just start having more and better conversations because everyone's going to be different. How people interact with you on the phone is going to be different than how they interact with somebody else. And so trying to get that perfect training to make the perfect call for the perfect result, you can learn, right? There are great scripts to do to have better conversations, but until you just start doing it, until you literally just start picking up the phone and making the calls, you're never going to get great at it. And you want to be great at it because the phone is literally the best lead gen tool that you have. I know you've heard it before, and it may sound funny coming from me, but it's absolutely true. So anyways, we got this email out the door. Let's close it out. Again, that's right there under the database email blast. Now, there are other emails that we have for you that you should be sending out this week. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the marketing calendar, and I'm going to let the marketing calendar, real quickly, if I may, we just added this tab here called resources, our YouTube channel. I'm going to click, I don't know why it says subscribe, it should just say go. So all of our videos And what I would do is I would either go to playlist and check out the different playlists. We've got Instagram. So make sure you check this out because a lot of great videos here. I'm telling you, these are really short tips, like a minute to a minute and a half long each for the most part. The mastermind group, the live webinars, the blog, and support. So a couple of things there I wanted to mention, but going back to the marketing calendar, right? So if we look at the marketing calendar for the week, listing marketing, sold pending, PDF guides, investors penny on the dollar, love that one. And then we got FSBOs. And so each one of these has a database component to it. So there's an email to send to your database, and there is a call script to call your database. And so what I want you to do is think about which one or two of these am I going to send out? And so that every single person, every single contact in my database is going to get touched 2 or 3 times from me this week via email, and then one time via the phone. Now, when I say one time via the phone, every day you're going to call a few people in your database. You're not going to call through your entire database every week. That would be way too much. So my point though is, right, whether we're marketing a listing that's ours or one that's borrowed, or we're going to market a list of properties. So if I'm marketing, for example, my open house this week, and I go to market, and I'll show you on the checklist here in a minute, but there is the e-flyer for your database. So think about this, whatever listing I am marketing this week, if I can also get that same listing in an email format to my database, the likelihood of people taking action because maybe they saw it on social media. So imagine I got an ad for this listing running, whether it's mine or borrowed, and I send an email. Now the people that are in market that are thinking about buying or selling are much more likely to take action because they're seeing me now multiple times in different channels. And the beautiful thing about the email is not only does it support more visibility to our social media content, it's also designed to get seller leads out of your database. Instead of you sending out these e-flyers to your database that are not performing or that are not pulling people into engaging with you, you got to use the one from listings to leads, because then at the bottom, again, we got the listings lead gen signature. It's just like before. I can send it to all of the leads in listings to leads right here. I can click yes, go ahead and send it to everybody. I can edit the email, and I can also, send test email like we saw before, or again, copy code. And the beautiful thing about this e-flyer, kind of what I was saying earlier, if people click there, they go to the single property website. So now think about it. They saw hopefully a social media ad or a post. Maybe they saw the story, right? We go through how to do the stories for your listings that have a poll, that have links out to the single property website or to a PDF guide. So we got all this great social media content out there. Now we want to send the email, because when they click the email, they're going to be in our single property website. And so here you can see property videos, our 3D tours, our professional photos, but also all the great lead capture. So anyone that's a homeowner thinking about selling their home, if they click the e-flyer, instead of them just going to some sad IDX at my broker website, my gosh, if you're sending your people in your database to your company or broker website, or even your IDX website, you're getting low conversion, I bet. But here, there's so many ways for them to engage, right? PDF guides right there. The lead form for the 100-point home marketing plan, a client review video. These are things that you just really can't do at your website. And certainly you can't do at your broker or company website. So to lose all of that branding, to lose all of that engagement opportunity, just because they provided you with an e-flyer that you thought looked great, it's actually probably costing you more than it's giving you. Again, as I mentioned, we got that, boom, automatically going to your free home values landing page. That's completely customizable. I'm going to change the image on that later. And then again, down here, right, client review website, landing page again. So get that to all of your buyer leads in your database. Now, if you're marketing a list of properties for sale, so if you don't have a listing, and let me show you here. If you go to listings, and if you're using, for example, your agent website to market a list of properties for sale, so some of you, and you can use your IDX with listings to leads. So if you're not going to market a property this week, you've got a couple of options. You can use your agent website. So under more tools, agent website, and if I click view, and then I use the menu to go to my listings. So this is a great link also to run as an ad. So I can bring in all the new listings from Folsom between a certain price range. And then I can go to Fate, and we got the training on that. So I can take this link, and in listings to leads, I can run a custom ad. In fact, let me show that to you real quickly here. Because a lot of people, if you don't have a listing or you don't want to borrow a listing from an agent, marketing a list of properties for sale using the My Farm Dominator tool, and then it's just come create Facebook ad, create custom ad. And this could be your IDX too. So watch what I do, because this is great. So this could be IDX or agent website from L to L, or it could be either. And I'm going to say, I want to do lead ads because I want the AI text follow-up, buyer leads, create ad, and then just drop your IDX link or the link we just used. And then I can change the image, all the text. So I can come in here and say, free list of Folsom homes for sale. Attention, Folsom home buyers. A list, and you can see how it's over there. Again, change the image. And then that way that ad is going to my IDX or my agent website. And so the reason I'm showing that to you is, let me go back to listings here, is we have an email that has all of the listings in your account, but you can select which listings that you want to show in it. So again, if I go to more tools, so this is a little toy box almost. And if I go to all listings email right here, I can select which listings. Oh, here we go. So by status, so I can say, just give me, I want open houses coming soon. I don't know why that wanted to update all of a sudden. So if I use the drop down, so coming soon. Oh, I'll check out why that's got to update every single time, but you get the idea here. This is an awesome email. Look how beautiful that is. You got my signature at the bottom. And so again, I can send this to my database. I can send a test email. I can copy the code, send it out for my CRM. And so my point is, send a listing of the week. So whether it's your listing, the listing that you're going to borrow to market, or a list of properties for sale to your database. And again, I would use listings to leads because the lead capture that you're going to get in the engagement from the database, listings are so hard to come by, right? It's going to get harder to get listings in 2025. That's going to be the biggest change in real estate, is the number of listings coming up are going to decrease. And so if you're not going to get every single ounce of opportunity from the marketing that you're doing, it's going to get harder and harder. So using the tools and listings to leads is going to make sure that we're keeping people in our loop. We're not losing opportunity. So again, just imagine, would somebody landing on your single property website be better, or would landing on your agent IDX website or your agent or your broker website, which I see all the time? There's a few brands in particular that I guess the agents think it's a great idea to send people to the company website, but it just makes me shudder when I see it. It's not good. But anyways, back to the marketing calendar. Any questions or feedback or clarity that you need on this at this point? Because we're just going to go through this. Now the sold, and this again, here we are, the sold pending. This is so great for the seller leads, the homeowners in your database, because again, if I'm running an ad for a pending or sold listing, mine or borrowed, right? They're going to see the ad, right? So hopefully the homeowners in my area, they see the fact that I'm marketing a listing, mine or borrowed, right? That's either pending or sold, because those are the best quality seller leads for the money. Then I'm going to go and I'm going to send an e-flyer to my database for the same listing, and whether it's mine or, again, the one I borrow. So beautiful little slideshow, again, with the home value estimate offer and this is so easy, because again, when the homeowners see that there's another property that just went to contract or that's sold in the area, it gets them thinking about selling their home. And so having the offer for them to get their home value estimate right there, it's amazing. This is so good for pulling out seller leads from your database that you should be really looking for every excuse you've got to be able to send this email within an appropriate cadence. So obviously every single week would be about perfect to let people know, hey, here's a property that's sold. And oh, by the way, now that it's sold, your home value has been affected. So click here to get an update. And the beautiful thing is, when people click this and become a lead here, they will get a monthly update the first week of every month going forward of their home value estimate, with the link to be able to either A, get a more precise version, or B, connect with you so that you can provide them a even better estimate for what their home would sell for. So yeah, get that out the door. And then again, here we go, database call script. So after I send out that email, I'm going to call through my top 5 to 10 seller leads that I haven't talked to, or that they're for whatever reason, they're the top 5 to 10 homeowner / seller leads that I've got. I'm going to call them up. Hey, Priya, Scott Pierce here at Listings Leads. Want to let you know that 694 Douglas Boulevard in Folsom just sold. I sent an email, and what I'm doing here is I'm just reading the script. I sent an email to you with the link to the single property website with all the photos and details. I just want to make sure you got that. If not, you can send a text you can text 102129 to 25678, and that'll send you all the photos automatically, and you can check it out if you like. And by the way, I know you don't live too far away from 694, and because that property sold at a record amount, your home value has been affected. So if you're curious to get your home value, let me know, or you'll be able to access that in the link that I sent in the email. Does that make sense for everybody? So easy. And like I said, it becomes a did you get phone call. So you're calling to let them know about something. And then you're doing oh, by the way, hey, you know what? By the way, it affected your home value. You can go here to get your home value update. Have a great day. I'll look forward to talking to you soon. They're going to appreciate a phone call. And here's another tip. Stay on point. Try not to ramble too much on these phone calls. To a point, shorter is sweeter is better. So just say what you got to say and say, thank you so much. Look forward to talking to you soon. They will appreciate that. It's when you start rambling and they're wondering when the hell are you going to stop talking. That's when they're just like not going to look forward to hearing from you. So anyways, we got the pending and sold. And just real quickly, right from the marketing calendar, if you are not sold, that's a very bad pun almost, but if you don't get the power of this, please click the step-by-step guide, go to the guide, read through this. I talk here about if you do not have a pending or sold listing, what to do. You can go to this Facebook post here, but this is literally, in fact, it says right here, this is the one thing I would do every week, every single week, would be to market a sold or pending listing. And I would literally walk you through what you do when you don't have one, so that every single week you have a message out to the marketplace via social media and your database related to pending and sold listings. Because what do we want people to think about when they think about us, right? We want people to think about homes going into contract and homes getting sold. And so if I'm not talking about it, why would they think about me when they're thinking about that? Does that make sense? So if Priya, if Robert, if Rod, all of you people, if you're not talking about something, then why would somebody associate you with it? And so talking about homes going into contract and selling is a great way to get people to think about me when they think about selling or to getting a home sold. Same with buying a home. And that's why we do talk about listings every week, and we talk about sold and pendings every week. Now this week, tomorrow, right, we alternate the guides. So one week it's a seller guide, and the next week it's a buyer guide, the next week it's a seller guide. I got people that do these guides. They do them every single week. They'll do a seller guide every week, and they do a buyer guide every week. So you can do that if you want. But again, and let me just show you the checklist here, because the checklist is very similar for all of these tools, right? And the similar in the fashion of there's a QR code that you can scan to go to the training. Somebody just asked about that a little bit earlier. In the checklist, you can scan the QR code or just go to the URL here. And then you're going to see we break it out by social media and database. So I would make sure I get either the listing I'm marketing this week, whether it's mine or borrowed, or I use the all listings email to go to my buyer leads. And then I'm using the pending and sold listing to all of my seller leads, right? That's one contact. So everybody in my database got one contact between one of those 2 or 3 emails. The second contact this week for my buyer leads is going to be the email offering down payment assistance. So I'm going to go to marketing tools. I'm going to click e-flyer for your database. And again, just like before, send myself a test email, make sure it looks great. So the test email here, let me see if I can pop up that link. There we go. So the email automatically goes to the landing page. Oh no, I'm sorry. It downloads the guide right from the email. And then you obviously get notified. So it's so easy. Yeah, there's no link to a line. It's just they click the email and it downloads the guide. Oh my God, it's so awesome. So this is actually, and these actually convert way better in the sense of when you see that somebody downloaded the guide, that is the perfect opportunity to call them, because they may have clicked and opened up a landing page, for example. And that's great. So I see they clicked, maybe I'm going to call them because maybe they didn't download it for whatever reason. But when they just click and it downloads the guide and they now have access to that guide without even having to give up their information, it is so awesome, because now when you call them, it's more likely that they saw the guide and went through it, so that you're going to have better conversations more often. These emails, again, they're designed to get people to interact with them, to engage with them. And then again, what am I going to do after I send this out? I'm going to call some of my leads. I got the database call script, right? And I'm going to use that script, the part in gray, and I'm just going to call through again. Now I'm going to send this out. Let's just say I send out the first point of contact emails today, right? Today's Tuesday. I'm going to send this out maybe Thursday. Come Thursday, after the email goes out, I'm going to call 5 or 10 of my top buyer leads with a quick, did you get phone call? So again, Tony. So I'll say, hey, Tony, Scott Pierce at Listings to Leads. And I sent an email regarding my new down payment assistance guide for home buyers in Folsom. I just want to make sure you got that and see if you might have any questions about that. Again, a really quick, did you get phone call? Again, I'm also going to wait and look at the people that click to download the guide, and then I'm going to call them up as well. And when I call people, when I see that they either opened up the email, they clicked an email, they downloaded something, I typically don't reference the fact that they did that. I don't want to come across as being a little bit stalky. So what I want though to happen is in their mind that they think, holy crap, I just was thinking about him and I downloaded his guide, or I was reading his email for the 4th time, and what perfect timing that he called me or she called me, right? So the phone calls, again, not only is it just, they saw an ad, they got my email, they heard my voice. Come on. Now we're so multi-channel and they've seen so many touch points from us. And especially the people that we really want, which are our top leads. And because we do it on a daily basis, we're rotating through them very nicely. Again, we're not waiting for giving out pecan pies at Christmas to try to touch with our database. By that point, somebody else has already got them. And now they're just going for the free pie but they're not going to buy or sell with them. Let's go back to our marketing calendar. Oh yeah, I love this one. So this is buyer. Here's another one for sellers. Let's go to the marketing tools. And you know what? The e-fire for this one, and I apologize, it's actually under follow-up. Let's go. Yeah, when we implemented this landing page, it was a little bit weird, but I'm going to help you find the email. Go to follow-up email blast, because this is a great email. This is a really good email, right? Especially in certain neighborhoods where there's a lot of investors going after property. So maybe you got a farm area that was built before 2000 or 1995, whatever the cutoff is for the investor frenzy in your area. This email, so it's right, you'll see it. In fact, I think you can use the search. Yeah. So there's a search. So if I go investors, and it's this one right here, so it'll be bookmarked. I copied mine like a million times. So anyways, you'll see it here. And let's see. Yeah, I don't know why it's showing, but anyways, you'll see it. It'll look great. It looks just similar to the other ones. Great graphic. So when you see it, send yourself a test email. Let me see. Oh, that was sent. Let me see if this one. And so, yeah, here we go. Okay. So here's the default email. I'll send a test email. And this would be great. I would send this to all of my leads, all of my seller leads, just because either I live in an area where people may be getting investors calling them. Okay. Or maybe I live in an area that investors live in. And so they see that I got something related to investors. So here we go. Are investors offering you or a loved one pennies on the dollar for your home? And that goes right to the investor landing page. Let me show that to you. And that investor landing page is in the landing page section of your listings to leads account. I'll show that to you in a second here. So yeah, this is a great email. Oh my gosh, I love this email. So again, the email is under follow-up email blast. Again, I apologize for the little bit of a weirdness with this one, but again, follow-up email blast. And if you haven't really used the email blast, you may see it right away. Otherwise, you can, again, use the search. And then for the landing page, go to landing pages, and then you will see top row, far right. Nope, second row, far left, right here. Investors, pennies on the dollar. You can click edit and edit it. The background, you can do video, right? The social media share image, the text on the page, everything. Listen, we almost got that timing perfect. Any questions on anything we covered today? Right, just a quick summarize. All the leads can get sent to your CRM automatically for follow-up. AI text follow-up from listings to leads is a great add-on, regardless of where you're sending your leads to for standard follow-up. The AI text follow-up from listings to leads for both buyer and seller leads. Listings to leads has email follow-up for you, which is actually really good. The way we break it up between super short, pointed emails that are able to engage your leads super, super quickly, or the alternate emails where we're offering a value via the PDF guides. And then lastly, we've got different email blasts related to both listings, landing pages, PDF guides, and current events, so that you've always got great things to engage your database with, plus call scripts with all of it, so that instead of playing catch up at the end of the year and losing business throughout the year, you're able to stay engaged with your database on a much more consistent basis so that you get stronger at it. With that, any last minute questions or feedback? Yeah, as I mentioned before, you cannot add leads to listings to leads. So the only people that can get entered into listings to leads are people that become a lead. Yeah, we do not allow people to add in other leads, just because what happens is they're going to cause the spam filters to go nuts when that happens. When somebody gets an email from another server, that's why most CRMs end up where their emails just end up going to spam. How do you share these emails? Priya, I would watch this video again later when it goes on YouTube because I showed how to copy the code and I showed going into Line Desk. But yeah, you can copy the code for any email and then send it out from your CRM automatically, or not automatically, but just copy and paste. Thank you everybody for joining us. And again, pay attention to the mastermind group if you want, because we're going to be doing another live video podcast tonight, 5:00. I think we might talk about expired listings. I'm not sure. I'll put it in the mastermind group as soon as I figure that out. And so if you want to join us, a little bit more conversational, I got a guest with me. So there's another team member from Listings to Leads, Yi, if anybody, her, she's really awesome. And so her and I together, I think, have a little bit of fun with it. Again, 5:00 Pacific, which is also 8:00 East Coast. Again, 5 Pacific, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, East. Make sense? Have an awesome day. We'll talk to you soon.